Going into today's game, the Lady Blazers have already clinched a spot in the Gulf South Conference tournament. Currently, the Lee Lady Flames have a 2-game lead ahead of the Lady Blazers in the Gulf South Conference standings. However, Valdosta could still have a shot of getting a higher seed if Lee University loses their final 2 games. Today's game offers an opportunity to improve their seeding and finish the regular season in a strong fashion. The Lady Flames will look to improve on their previous performances on the road. The team's road record is just over the 500 mark heading into today's matchup. Some key players to watch for in this matchup will be Valdosta State's leading scorer, Maddie Mitchell. She's a 3-time GSC Player of the Week this season, averaging 16 points a game, while Aaron Walsh leads the Lady Flames in scoring with about 14 points per game and will look to have another strong performance in this matchup. Last time these two teams played, both Maddie and Aaron scored an unbelievable 28 points for each of their respective teams. The game came down to the wire as Sonya Franklin scored the final shot with only 0.9 seconds left on the clock. This game is going to be a nail-biter. It could come down to the final shot once again. Make sure to stay tuned for high-powered Gulf South Conference action coming up next on VSU-TV after this short PSA break.
I love learning.
I believe in service. I am full of passion. I embody sportsmanship.
I trust in my resourcefulness.
I like balance.
That's why I chose it.
I
chose Division II.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, here we are at the VSU Complex in Valdosta, Georgia for Gulf South Conference action between the Valdosta State Lady Blazers and the visiting Lee University Lady Flames. My name is Landon Luke, and I'm here with my colleague Kawon Cook once again. And Kawon, tournament time's just around the corner for both of these teams, and both of these teams have locked down their tournament chances. But what are we going to be looking for from the Lady Blazers today?
Well, I think we're looking for them to get off to a very fast start and get the ball into their key contributors like Maddie Mitchell, who's averaging 16 points per game, and we cannot forget about Kenya Simone Dixon, who's shooting a great 41% from behind the arc.
Maddie Mitchell and Simone Dixon will be looking to Sonya Franklin to distribute them the ball and to keep this offense red hot for the Lady Blazers. On the flip side of things, we have the Lee University Lady Flames. What are we going to be looking for from them today, Kawon?
I think the Lady Flames are trying to get the ball in the hands of Aaron Walsh, their leading scorer, who's averaging 16 points per game, and then they're focusing on their great defense, who's actually number 2 in scoring defense in the Gulf South Conference.
Well, the Gulf South Conference tournament is just around the corner, but we still have to play this game. Coming up next on VSU-TV, it is the Lady Blazers and Lady Flames. Stay tuned.
Valdosta, Georgia. It's all you need. With innovative minds that feed a thriving business environment, all with access to international contacts. And a university influence with championship teams. It's premier healthcare and a community that's metropolitan yet inviting. Valdosta, Georgia, all you need.
Back at the complex here in Valdosta, Georgia for Gulf South Conference action between the Valdosta State Lady Blazers and the Lee University Lady Flames as tip-off is just moments away. Kawon, you have a couple keys to this game?
Yes, I do, and one key would be for the three-point percentage to be up for the Valdosta State Blazers. Of course, you want them to shoot great from the three-point line.
And we are, excuse me, Kawon, as we are underway, a quick tip-off here as the Lee University Lady Flames will have first possession of the game. A pass down low, and it's blocked. And Maddie Mitchell is able to block that shot. Valdosta State with their first possession of the game.
Great rebound there by Maddie Mitchell to come down strong with that rebound. And they've been having a great season.
Valdosta, we talked about it earlier on. Valdosta State will be looking to do some dinking and dunking down low in the sense that passing the ball down low to Maddie Mitchell to free up their shooters such as Kenya Simone Dixon and Sonya Franklin, and that will be a kickball violation against the Lee University Lady Flames.
Yeah, that's a great job, I think, there by the offense of the Lady Blazers of keeping everybody moving around right there, give a better chance of the ball freeing up, and of course getting those shooters available.
Inbound pass by the Lady Blazers. with 12 left on the shot clock. And there's the first Blazer shot of the day, and it's no good as Lee University will get their first rebound of the matchup. So
that was the first shot there by Simone Dixon, and usually she takes smarter shots, but, you know, it was worth the try.
Mitchell with the first rebound of the game, and that's just going to be a wild pass by the Lady Blazers. A little bit of a sloppy offensive progression there, and they're going to look to tighten that up as this game goes on.
Yes, it is. Definitely with this defense being as strong as they are, you have to find a way to do it fast and early, because if you don't, that enables them to get that scoring defense going.
Lee University looking to get their three-point shooting going in order to keep up with this red-hot Blazer offense. That pass is tipped, but nonetheless, a Lady Flame comes up with it anyways.
Yeah, and they're playing. Ooh, that's great defense there by the Blazers. It's actually the Blazers' ball. Great job by Kenya Simone Dixon at the top to go for the ball and put her hands out and knock the ball out.
And early on, it looks like the Lady Flames, Kawon, are going to look to pressure the Lady Blazers and work a fast-paced or a high-paced, fast-paced offensive attack on this Lady Blazer defense, because they know that if you give the Lady Blazers a chance to score, they indeed will.
Yes, they will.
And that's a pass down low to a double-teamed Lady Blazer, and the pass will go out of bounds, but the ball will stay on this end of the court.
And I noticed something. They went a little different. Coach Carly Coons from our usual starting lineup. She has Casey Guilford in, and that was a great shot there by Maddie Carrazzo.
Lady Flames ball is they're going to dribble it up the court. Drive down the middle and a floating hook shot there that's no good, but the Lady Flames get the rebound, and that will give them a fresh shot clock.
And this is great defense right here by the Blazers. Tight, no room really to score. Good rebound there.
And it was a nice move inside, but the shot was not able to drop, and we've yet to see our first bucket of this game, Kawon.
Yeah, that's a great shot there by Simone Dixon, the only senior for the Blazers and on this here senior night. And it's kind of weird because usually you see more seniors, but I guess she was the only one, and she's doing a great job this year, shooting 41% from behind the three-point arc. And she actually leads the Gulf South Conference in shooting percentage from the three-point line.
And coming out of the game for the Lady Blazers is Maddie Carrazzo on that substitution by Coach Carly Coons. Sonia Franklin to pass the ball inbound, and we talked about how she's going to try to distribute effectively. However, that is not very effective distributing, as that is a turnover in favor of the Lady Flames, who's going to put up a three-point shot, but it's no good. But a Flame is able to recover it and then pull up for the two-pointer, and it is good. So we have our first made basket of the game in favor of the Lady Flames.
And that's the freshman, Abby Bertram. She's actually was the Gulf South Conference Freshman of the Week this week. And that's a reason why, because she does a great job in hustling. She's have averaged about 11 points per game this year.
And some tough play down low as Lindsay Roddy hits the floor hard, fighting for that ball for the Lady Flames. Both teams coming out very aggressive, Kawon. Even though the scoreboard isn't showing it yet, both teams are putting up a high amount of shots.
Yes, they are, but really it's the defense that is going on. This defense of both teams is really strict. They're not allowing much. Hands up, you have to make a contested shot on one or the other.
And that's another sloppy pass down low. And we've also seen some errors here early on, and it could be because of that high-pressure defense that you are talking about.
Yes, it is, and I think that's why they pulled – Coach Carly Coons actually pulled Maddie Carrazzo to get a smaller lineup in, maybe a more shooting lineup because of the strict defense of the Lee Lady Flames.
Cheatham to Franklin, and Franklin's got her defender one-on-one, and she has a nice move inside. She's just not able to finish at the rim. Flames will get the ball, and they're going to dribble up the court pretty fast. Thought about shooting, but she thought better of it.
Great ball handling there by their freshman guard.
Lady Flames swinging the ball around the perimeter, looking to find an opening in this tough Blazer defense.
Yeah, and there's a deep three there. And a great rebound there by Kenya Simone Dixon.
And Erin Walsh, the 5'11 guard, is almost able to knock that shot down, but the Lady Blazers are going to reply with a shot of their own, and that is going to be good, and that is our first three of the game, as that will be Cassie Gepfert.
That was a great corner shot by Cassie Guilford. Great way to run the floor.
The Iowa native knocking down that first three of the game for the Blazers. The Lady Flames are able to respond, though, as that is a nice post move by number 32 for the Lady Flames. Flames on top, 4-3 here early on in this first period.
And that's a great pass there. And you can see how they're trying to set up the pick and roll to try to maybe create a little space. But this Lady Flames defense, they're strict. They're real strict. I'm sorry I keep repeating it, but, hey, this is the reason why the score is 3-4 right now.
Well, we've talked about it really all week, Kawon. They're very close in the standings right now, in the Gulf South Conference standings. The Valdosta State Lady Blazers recently moved to the number 2 spot after their last game, but the Lee University Flames are right behind them in that number 3 spot. Now, both teams have already sealed their fates as far as going to the Gulf South Conference tournament, but there's a lot to play for. There's a lot to play for here still, as they're going to try to continue their momentum into the tournament.
Yeah, and that's really good. That's really what you want, is some type of momentum going into this tournament, due to the fact it's going to be long, and you want your players to play the best that they can play so you can come out with a W and win the whole tournament.
And Cheatham pulls up for the long 3, and she almost gets that to dribble in, but instead the Lee University Flames are going to come up with the rebound.
And that was actually a good shot there by Cheatham. And see, and these are the reasons why Coach Carly Coon brought her into the lineup to expand the floor.
And so far for the Lady Flames, Erin Walsh, she's put up a shot or two, but she hasn't really got going yet. But the Flames are going to want to get her going, as she's one of their better offensive players.
Yes, she is.
And that's another 2-pointer made by the Lady Flames, as they're really pounding the middle due to their size down low.
And I think that's what their game plan would be.
And that's a nice kick by Sonia Franklin to Alita Cheatham for the corner 3.
Great job by Aaliyah Cheatham setting up on the 3-point line and getting a great shot off there, even with it contested at the end.
And we have a tie game here, as that's a big shot for the Lady Blazers here early on. Deep 3 by Erin Walsh, but it's to no avail. And Kenya Simone Dixon comes up with the rebound. And I feel like she might have thought about passing to cutting Sonia Franklin there, but she thought better of it to slow up that Lady Blazer offense.
And that's smart, because you can set up your offense right here, give your shooters a chance, and here's a great shot, and it is off, though.
Maddie Mitchell attempting her first 3 of the game, and she's known to do that from time to time, Kawon. She's mainly known as a post player, but she decides to try to pull it for a 3 there, as we have a foul down low, and it will be our first free throws of the game.
Yes, and that foul is on number 30, Brianna Johnson, the freshman out of Panama City.
And I believe we're going to have our first timeout here. So far, what have you seen, Kawon?
Well, I've seen a high-paced game, back and forth. Not high-paced by scoring, but high-paced of how they're running up and down the court. The defense, more of anything, from both teams are playing great, if you really think about it. But I can see where the Valdosta State Blazers are struggling. The Lady Blazers are struggling a little bit because of the Lee Lady Flames' height. But I'm pretty sure Coach Carly Coons has something to draw up right now. He's going to figure it out, try to find some way to figure it out.
And some stats early on here is towards the beginning of this game, or right from the very start, the 3-point percentages. The Lady Flames have not been able to knock down a 3 ball yet, and they're going to have to do that if they're going to want to keep up with this Lady Blazer offense, or at least that's what we think. But the Lady Blazers so far are shooting 33% from the line. Of course, we have a long way to go, so that can change, especially when you have a sharpshooter like Kenya Simone Dixon. But also field goal percentage all around. The Lady Blazers are shooting 22% from the field, but the Lady Flames are shooting 30%, and that's coming from those shots that they've been able to make down low right under the rim.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's amazing job by them of forcing it towards the rim, because the outside shot wasn't working at the time, and trying to get it to the low and to the paint, maybe for a quick little layup or maybe a post shot. But that's actually the better idea if your 3-point shot is not going at the time.
So coming towards the end of this media timeout, Erin Walsh is still on the court for the Lady Flames, and taking the first foul shots of the game for the Lady Flames is going to be number 3. And that is going to be, number 3, Taylor Bogus.
She's a freshman out of Meades County, Tennessee.
And she's able to knock down both shots. Sonia Franklin with the ball.
I'm starting to see that this Lady Flames team has a lot of young girls on the court right now, but I think it's because these young girls
do a great job of moving, and that's why they're on the court, because you can see that defense, it doesn't give up much. They like to fly around, and they're doing a good job, but it's really more of a zone defense than a man. That's amazing.
Well, something to consider, Kawon, is this team's had a fair amount of success this season. I mean, they're in third place in the Gulf South Conference, and if their team is as young as what we've been looking at and reading about, then they could be good for potentially a long time as long as everything comes together and they're able to continue to play at a high level like this.
Yes, and Marty Raw did a great job at bringing these girls in and working them out and trying to put them in position to play such great basketball at a young age.
The Lady Flames looking to pound the ball down low once again. Lady Blazers are able to capitalize off the miss, and here comes Kenya Simone-Dixon, and she's going to kick it to Cheatham, who then tries a nice pass down low to Maddie Mitchell, who's fighting two people from the Lady Flames. But that's to no avail. Flames ball.
And that's great defense there. Great job by getting back there by Kenya Simone-Dixon.
And people give a lot of credit to Maddie Mitchell, and rightfully so, for her tough play down low. But don't forget about Kenya Simone-Dixon. A lot of people credit her just for her three-point shooting, but she's a very capable defender as well.
Yes, she is. And actually, these are the reasons why she stays on the court as much, because she can shoot well and also play great defense on the perimeter.
This will be an inbound pass for the Lady Flames after the deflection from Simone-Dixon. Walsh with the ball. There's another pass down low, and that's put up, and that's no good. Rebound by Maddie Mitchell.
Great box out and rebound by Maddie Mitchell there. And now they're going back to this man-to-man defense, or woman-to-woman as we would be right now.
Just under 3 minutes left here in this first period. A low-scoring affair here so far, as it's only 8-6. The Lady Flames on top, and they're able to get the rebound.
Yeah, I think the Blazers have to find a way to move around a little bit more. They're a little stagnant on offense. That's not going to work against these Lady Flames at all.
And the floater is put up by, once again, Taylor Bogus, and I believe that is her. That may be her first field goal. I'm not sure. We'll have to get back on that, Kawon, but I do know that she has been to the foul line once today already.
Yes, she has.
So maybe looking to get Taylor Bogus involved. Three-pointer up for the Lady Blazers and no good. And a rebound by Taylor Bogus, who is then going to kick to a Lady Flame outside. Nice pass down low. And that's to number 42, Shelby Brown, who's not able to finish. Hard drive to the basket. The first one was missed, but the second one is up and good, and that's made by Carrie Cheeks, the Ranger Jordan native.
That was great offense there by the Lady Flames. You can see they're cutting and a lot of passing, and that's what opens people up, and that's what you have to do on offense to open other shooters and scorers up. A lot of passing and a lot of cutting towards the basket, of course.
Carrie Cheeks to the free throw line for her first foul shots of the contest. And I think early on here, the Lady Flames have found a formula for how they want to attack this tough Blazer defense.
Yes, and the way they're doing is a great job. They have a lead at home. I think they're trying to really get their revenge because, you know, last time they played, these two teams matched up, the Lady Flames lost at home. So they want to get that. They would like to of course, get revenge right here tonight.
Cheatham looking for the pass down low, but that's deflected by the Lady Flames, and that'll be a turnover. Flames once again, a high pace of action as the ball goes flying into the stands. Look out over there.
Yeah, and that's the freshman Abby Beltram with the pass there. And she's actually leads the team with 4.2 assists per game. And that's it's a wild stat there with a freshman leading the team in assists, but that's really good. That lets you know she likes to move the ball around and get her teammates involved on offense.
A lot of ball movement here by the Lady Flames, and usually that's a good formula for winning basketball games. And now there's a scrap down low as there's a lot of fighting for that basketball, and it's getting physical.
Yes, it is. And there has been no fouls on the Lady Flames yet. They have committed 0.
The Lady Flames also frequently getting to the free throw line, and the Lady Blazers have yet to get to the free throw line. So not only are the Lady Flames looking to pound the ball down low and get easy shots to their players that have size, but they're also looking to get to the free throw line in order to stop the clock and get points that way.
That was a great rebound there by.
Sloppy play all over the place as the Lady Blazers were trying to recover that rebound and get a fast run going, but it just never developed.
If I was Coach Carly Coons, I would have to call a timeout right here. You have 5 team fouls, and this is I think their 3rd time going to the line now.
And at the line is Lindsay Roddy for the Flames, and she'll be shooting 2 as she's able to knock down the first one. Lindsay Roddy, the 5'7" freshman from Maryville, Tennessee, went to William Blount High School. Knocking down the second shot is Lindsay Roddy.
That was a great job there by making those free throws count. They're free. You have to make them count.
Just under a minute left here in this first period. The score, the Lee University Lady Flames 15. The home team and second place Valdosta State Lady Blazers are actually behind in this one with a score of only 6. But a lot of basketball left here to play as the Lady Blazers are trying to find that potent offense that they're so accustomed to using. Another fight down low, but this time on the other side of the court as Maddie Mitchell dives on the floor for that ball.
Yes, and this defense is giving the Blazers problems tonight, serious problems. They can't get their offense going because they like to maybe take it towards the basket and then kick it towards the 3-line. But with this suffocating defense playing the way they're playing, it kind of makes it a little difficult. But they have to find a way to get it to the hole.
Abby Bertram, the 5'9" guard, will dribble it up the court. And she's going to keep a slow pace here as we wind down the beginning of the first period with just under 20 seconds left to play. So what did you see in that first period really quick, Kawon?
Well, I seen a lot of tough defense, more of anything, and a great rebounding party from the Lee Lady Flames.
And my goodness, almost able to get that shot to go down, but that's going to be a turnover, and the Lady Blazers will have the ball with 5 seconds left here in this first period. So they'll just pass the ball in, and we'll see if Franklin wants to put a shot up here to end this first period. And instead there's going to be a travel call with not even a second left.
That was a tough call there. But she has to find a way to kick that ball a little faster. She saw the trap coming, give the ball off, give your teammate a better chance of scoring.
And the Lady Flames pass the ball in, and they're not able to get a shot off. But at the end of the first quarter, the score is the VSU Lady Blazers 6 and the Lee University Lady Flames 15. We'll be right back here on VSU-TV.
Patty, let me be honest with you. Won't filing for Social Security benefits online be confusing?
George, it's simple and easy, and you can do it in your pajamas from the comfort of your own home.
Oh, my.
You've navigated through asteroid belts, right?
Oh, sure, plenty of times.
Well, compared to that, navigating socialsecurity.gov is a snap.
Really?
It's so easy. Even Kirk could do it.
Back here at the VSU complex for the start of the second period. So far, the Lady Flames from Lee University on top, 15-6 against the Valdosta State Lady Blazers. And what makes this interesting, Kawon, is Gulf South Conference standing-wise, we've talked about it already, the Lady Blazers are in second place, just behind, I believe, West Florida. However, in third place behind the Lady Blazers, the Lee University Flames. But so far, Lee has outplayed the Lady Blazers, particularly in that first period.
Yes, and I think the Lee Lady Flames are trying to prove a point here on defense due to the fact how they folded last time they were at home against the Blazers. They want to put on a show here in the Blazers' home court, on the Blazers' home court, and show them we're the better team.
And in that first period, the Lady Blazers only shot 15% from the field, so they're going to have to improve that if they're going to fight off this tough Lady Flames team. And that's another turnover by the Lady Blazers, which they struggled with that there in that first period. And the Flames are looking to use their ball movement once again to set up the open shot. And it's a good shot, but just not able to knock it down as Maddie Mitchell recovers the rebound.
It was a great rebound there by Maddie Mitchell.
Pass in the post down low, and a nice fake and then move to the rim, but not able to knock it down. And the Lady Blazers, they just can't get the lid off the basket right now.
Not at all, not even with their key scorers and Maddie Mitchell or Aaliyah Cheatham.
Erin Walsh with the ball, calling for a screen, it looks, and she tries to drive down low, but it says she's going to kick it back out. And a three-pointer put up by the Lady Flames. And it looks like that's going to be a jump ball as both players from both teams go sliding to the floor to try to fight for that ball.
And the arrow is actually facing for the Blazers to get the ball, but I'm wondering why the Lee Lady Flames got the ball back right there, even though it was a jump ball. Oh, actually, the possession arrow changed.
And how about that? As the Lady Flames do indeed get the ball, there will be no jump ball. And that ball goes out of bounds, and the Lady Blazers will get the ball. Sonia Franklin, well, really, a lot of the key offensive players for the Lady Blazers have so far been quiet offensively, but particularly Sonia Franklin, as she's known to be a distributor and pass the ball a lot, but I haven't seen her shoot as much as normal either. And that's a wild shot by Maddie Mitchell as that comes clanging off the right side of the backboard. Franklin drives down low and looking for any offense she can find, and that's another miss by the Lady Blazers.
I think Sonia Franklin right there was looking for a foul, but she didn't get it. But all she can do is get back and play some defense because her team really needs her right now.
And it hasn't happened yet, but games like this, if things aren't falling for you early, frustration can begin to set in, especially if you are the favorite in the matchup.
Yes, I do agree with that. But I'm not sure if the Blazers actually were the favorite due to the fact of how close the last win was. So that's why the Lady Flames came out so hot and wanted to prove that we can do this. We actually gave up that win to y'all last time when we were at home. So they want to showcase their talent tonight.
And the Lady Blazers are finally able to get to the free throw line as they have their first foul of the match, and that is Cassie Jepford, the Iowa native, getting to the free throw line, but she misses her first shot.
Got to make those count. Definitely win the game. You're down by these amount of points. Those are the points that are going to actually boost you up towards cutting down that deficit.
Able to knock down the second shot and decrease this deficit to 8 points. And we're here in the second period, and there's a lot of movement by the Lady Flames offense, as it doesn't seem like they've skipped a beat.
They haven't, but that was a great call by the ref right there. I saw a moving screen coming, and I'm glad he got the call because they've actually been doing it a couple times tonight, haven't been getting the calls, but I guess they finally got it, and that's really good. Glad to see that.
Maddie Carrazza will pass this in to Sonia Franklin.
This defense is starting to look like more of a half-court defense as Abby sits and waits on her.
A lot of pressure from the Lady Flames here, not only at the half-court position, but also really with the offense, well, the half-court in the sense of what they're playing defense, but also on the offensive side of the ball with constantly pounding the ball in the paint and a ton of movement.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Aaliyah Cheatham by seeing the three-point line. She wasn't there. She stepped back to see where she was at just to get the shot off. Great three-point shot to get her team down by 5, knock the deficit down.
Taylor Bogus passes it down low to Shelby Brown, and Shelby Brown's able to make that one go in.
It's starting to look like the Lady Flames their game plan is to feed her at the bottom to see what she can do, and if she can't score, maybe to kick it out to a shooter.
Franklin driving the ball once again, and we'll see what the call is. And it doesn't look like it's going to be a shooting foul, Kawon. I personally thought it should have been a shooting foul and that she should be at the line right now. But then again, I'm not the one wearing the striped shirt, so we will see as a 3 ball goes up for the Blazers, and that's an air ball. And Kawon, is it just me, or does the Lady Blazers are forcing a little bit?
No, it's not just you. They are forcing a lot. They're just throwing the ball up. They're not really relaxing. They have to find a way to relax and set their offense up. Even though this defense is suffocating, to get great offensive shots, you have to move the ball around and maybe give you another player a better shot. Even if you feel like your shot is the best, look for a better shot.
And we'll see what they can come up with here as a little bit of different movement. And the ball comes off the Lady Blazer foot, and that's going to roll out of bounds. But I believe it also came off of a Lady Flame, so it's going to stay on this side of the court.
Actually, a great drive there by Maddie Carrazza.
Kenya Simone Dixon with the ball, trying to find an opening, and she's going to have that ball swiped away from her. And that's Erin Walsh who recovers the steal, and she's going to bring it all the way down the court. It's a nice fake, but the shot is kind of a wild one as it doesn't even find rim. And another steal from behind for Kenya Simone Dixon. And I don't think some of the fans like that, as some of the fans were wanting to reach-in call there, Kawon.
Yes. But that was great hustle there by Abby, the freshman. She's playing great tonight. And this is the reason why she was named the Gulf South Conference Freshman of the Week, because she comes out here, she hustles, she finds a way to get her teammates available on shots, and maybe even her.
Shot up for the Lady Flames and good, as that increases their lead with just over 5 minutes left here to play in the second period. The score 19-10. The Lee University Flames still on top, and they've been on top ever since this game started. Cheatham to Simone Dixon, who then passes to Franklin. And not a ton of movement here for the Lady Blazers. They've become, which they've really been stagnant this entire first half, but they're really stagnant on some of these possessions with limited movement, and they just can't seem to buy a shot, as that's about the fourth or fifth time I've seen Sonia Franklin get open and drive to the paint, but she's just not able to finish, and that's something we're not accustomed to seeing, because Sonia Franklin is known for being able to finish at the rim as she and it looks like she's coming up a little slower than usual, and I think she might have been pointing at the court floor to the ref that she may have slipped on something.
No, actually, it seems as if she lost her earring. It was on the court.
Your 2017 dance team, the VSU Red Hots.
Well, while we have a little bit of time here, VSU-TV presents Saturday Fright Special every Saturday at 9 p.m. and midnight. Join host Scarewolf as he leads you through classic monster movies on Saturday Fright Special. Get your friends together and grab some popcorn before the popcorn grabs you.
And this has been a frightening defense for the Blazers.
It has. Indeed, it has, Kawon. Really, on both sides of the ball, it's been frightening. The Lady Blazers completely stagnant on offense from what we've seen so far. Completely stagnant on offense so far. And as we take a look at some of the highlights here.
That was a great three-point shot there by Casey Guilford, and also a great kick there by Sonia Franklin to Aaliyah Cheatham, sorry. And great three-point shot, and another great three-point shot there by Aaliyah Cheatham.
We'd also like to recognize today representatives of Citizens Against Violence. Members of the VSU Blazer and Lady Blazer basketball teams.
And the score is still 19-10. The Lady Flames are on top. Just under 5 minutes left here to play in this second period. And back to what I was saying, Kawon. If you're Coach Coons, what are you telling your Lady Blazers to get some offensive production going? Because with the second period about halfway over, and to only have 10 points up on the board, I mean, obviously that's not good.
Yeah, I think she's probably telling them to move a lot more, because they're doing a lot of this is the most stagnant offense I've seen this whole season out of this girls. And I think they just got to find a way to move around a little bit more. And set off-ball screens and do whatever it takes to free somebody up.
And what's crazy about that, Kawon, is that's not something I thought we would be saying coming into this game, is stagnant offense in the same sense with the Lady Blazers. But so far, I mean, we call it as we see it, and that's what we're seeing. A lot of standing around with the ball in their hands, not much movement, and a lot of isolation play. And isolation play is not going to get you anywhere, but especially with a team like the Lady Flames from Lee University, who move the ball around so much and have such a fast-paced style of play.
Yes. And that was the first foul there on Carrie Cheeks for the Lee Lady Flames, and they sent Sunshine Walton to the free throw line. She make both of them count. That's good to knock this deficit down to
7 points.
7 points. I'm sorry about that.
Aaron Walsh is going to be called for stepping out of bounds there, and that's quite the call by one of the head referees there.
And coming in, I didn't think Aaron Walsh was that tall, but she's 5'11". It's pretty tall for a guard out there. Actually, a woman guard, but that's good, because the longer she is, it makes it harder for the other guards on the other team to try to get up shots or do easy passes. It makes you have to move the ball around a lot quicker.
And a nice kick out pass to Maddie Mitchell around the free throw line, and she's able to knock down 2 points for the Lady Blazers. And don't look now, but the Blazers have found a little bit of something, as now it's only a 5-point deficit.
Yes, and that was a great time out there by Marty Rowe. He knew what was coming, and if he didn't call one, the run was coming. They were going to keep raining. And this has been a wild game, but the College Republicans will host a general meeting on March the 7th from 7 o'clock to 9 p.m. Come meet and greet with the fellow Republicans and political thinkers. The meeting will take place in the Odom Library. Conservative values are what the College Republicans believe in. If you do as well, then this meeting is for you.
Well, so far, up until recently, the Lady Blazers have been a little bit too conservative on offense. And ultimately, it's cost them so far on the scoreboard, as they are still behind. But let's not, we've been talking a lot about the Lady Blazers and how they haven't been producing on offense, but the defense hasn't been playing terrible. And let's not bury them yet. Still a lot of basketball left here to play. But it's crucial to how they play in this match, knowing that both of these teams are headed to the Gulf South Conference Tournament. And that's a turnover by the Lady Flames.
Yeah,
as the Lady Blazers now have possession of the ball, and Sonia Franklin will reset the offense.
And yes, and here we go again with the stagnant offense. Somebody has to move. There we go. Finally, someone moving. And that's a great take there by number 30, Brianna Johnson, the freshman guard out of Panama City, going to the line.
And it's amazing how just the slightest bit of movement can open up offense for you so much here in this game. Stagnant off or standing around is probably the #1 killer of basketball teams when it comes to offense. You have to have ball movement.
Yes, and because hero ball doesn't work, obviously. It's something that some teams depend on. A lot of what I mean hero ball is, a lot of people taking shots on their own, not helping by setting screens, just going to the hole. But to be the best team, it takes a lot of ball movement and a lot of people moving without the ball.
Abby Bertram with the ball, and the Lady Flames once again have possession. A lot of passing on the perimeter, and then a pass down low. And that is and one for the Lady Flames. And Carrie Cheeks once again. And she's knocked down quite a few shots just like that, Kawon, throughout this entire first half.
In the paint. They have to find a way to maybe face her out of the paint, because her in the paint is actually a problem for the Lady Blazers, due to the fact that I don't think anyone on their team stands at 6'3". So with that being, you have to face her out of the paint and make her come to the three-point line, or maybe a little bit outside the main part of the paint.
And Carrie Cheeks able to knock down the and one there, as she is leading her team, her Lady Flames, with 7 points on the game so far. And Cheatham puts up the three-pointer, and that is good. Huge shot by Aaliyah Cheatham there.
Great shot by Aaliyah Cheatham. Way to get him down, to cut that deficit down, only 4 points.
And that is a hard foul, and Maddie Mitchell able to hang in there and take that offensive charge from the Lady Flame, and that's a great play by Maddie Mitchell.
Yes, it is. Great way to take a charge, knowing you're only down by 3 points, and you can get a quick basket to put yourself back into the game, or maybe even a 3 to tie the game up.
Just over 2.5 minutes left here in this second period. The score, the Lady Flames 22, the Lady Blazers 19, as this is a battle between the #2 and #3 positions in the Gulf South Conference.
Ooh, that call there was kind of shaky, but hey, it's the ref's job, not mine.
And I believe that it was a traveling call called on the Lady Blazers.
The Lady Blazers defense has to step up right here. This is a big, big possession.
Erin Walsh with the ball, and she's going to drive all the way into the paint and put up a nice shot, but it rings out. Sonia Franklin with the ball, and she's going to try to find an opening.
And great ball movement right there. Now you need someone cutting or someone moving around the court. It's just a lot of standing on the arc looking for a 3-shot, and that's not how you get the 3-shot available.
And a lot of that could be fatigue, Kawon, even if it is as early in this game. When an offense like the Lady Flames is running as efficiently as it has been, even though now we have a tie game, as the Lady Blazers seem to have finally found something in their offense to pick up a little bit. But, man, what a great response by Bertram there. She's able to knock down the dagger, too, and they're going to go right back up and snatch those 2 points right away from the Lady Blazers.
Killer crossover by Bertram there. That's what hesitated Sonya Franklin to try to limit the drive, and then she just made some beautiful shot.
Mitchell backing down her defender, and she's able to get the nice hook shot in, and that will be an and-one trip for Maddie Mitchell.
And there we go. Maddie Mitchell got herself going, and she's actually ranked second in the Gulf South Conference in field goal percentage. She has hit over half of her shots, and she's only taken 154 out of 302 this season.
And this will be Maddie Mitchell to the free throw line, as it seems the Lady Flames are getting some substitutions in. And coming in for the Lady Flames is number 42, Shelby Brown. She's from Goodlettsville, Tennessee, and she attended Beach High School, redshirt junior. And Mitchell for one.
Oh, great rebound there by Cassie Guilford.
Very heads-up play by the Lady Blazers. She's able to get her teammates' missed foul shot, and that's going to give another opportunity for these Lady Blazers as we draw this second period to a close.
Great ball movement so far by the Blazers.
Mitchell kicks it back to Cheatham, and Cheatham puts the three up, and it's no good. Rebound by the Lady Flames, and here comes Bertram.
It's kind of funny because we came into this game talking about Erin Wash and how she's such an amazing player, but Bertram has been playing outstanding basketball today.
And Bertram is all over Simone Dixon, and that's partially due to just how effective Kenya Simone Dixon can be, and so far she's been defended well. As that's going to be a timeout. That'll be our third timeout of this first half. And while we have some time here, do you have an interest in the paranormal? Want a show that is offbeat, not stuffy? Then VSU-TV has the program for you. 30-odd minutes airing Saturday nights at 11 p.m. following Saturday Fright Special. If the truth is out there, 30-odd minutes will find it, but only by sheer accident. And I'll tell you, Kawon, for the majority of that first half, it was quite odd that the Lady Blazers were unable to produce any points, but they were able to catch right back up, and now the game is tied 24-24 as we look at some highlights here.
Yeah, here goes a great shot and a great pass by Casey Guilford, great shot by Maddie Mitchell, and another great shot there by Leah Cheatham, and an amazing corner three by Sonya Franklin, and another great take by Maddie Mitchell. These ladies are finally getting things going, and this is what they need to do to take this lead.
And I'm excited, partner, as we close this first half, and we're going to get ready for a second half of action, of course. It looks like we have a very good and a good competitive game on our hands between these two high-powered teams.
Yes, we do. And I think they possibly will see each other again in the Gulf South Conference if things play out the way they should.
Now drive down low, and it's no good. Rebound Lady Flames, and Bertram will get the ball as she's been orchestrating this Lady Flame offense for the majority of the first half.
Yes, she has. And we all figured it would be Erin Wash the leading scorer, but
Bertram is going to wind down as much clock as she can, but they will have to shoot the ball as there's only 8 seconds left on the shot clock and about 10 seconds left here in this first half. And we'll see how they want to handle it, as right as the shot clocks expire, that is well defended by the Lady Blazers, and the Lady Blazers will have about 4 seconds left, possibly to get a shot off, maybe at the half-court position before we end this first half.
That was great defense there by the Lady Blazers. Way to end the half defensively wise. Let's see what they do on the offense side of the ball.
Franklin will pick up the ball, and we'll see if she can get a shot off, and she's going to instead slip, and they're not able to get a shot off, and that slip is going to cost them points as this first half comes to a close. And at the end of the first half, the score is the VSU Lady Blazers 24 and the Lee Lady Flames 24. We have a good game on our hands. Stay tuned on VSU-TV.
Here, we are a community of 11,000 individual stories.
A place where all doors are open.
Your home away from home.
Where you will make lifelong connections.
And you will never feel invisible. Here, you will write it, research it, sing it,
broadcast it, share it, serve it,
teach it, nurture, and own it.
VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, and just far enough away from home. Find out what VSU can do for you.
And we are back at the VSU complex in Valdosta, Georgia, getting ready for our second half of action between the Valdosta State Lady Blazers and the Lee University Lady Flames. Our game here is tied at a score of 24-24. And Kawon, what did you notice in that first half?
Well, I did notice that these Lee Lady Flames defense is for real. This is why they're number 2 in the Gulf South Conference with scoring defense. They create turnovers and get baskets off of it. But for the Valdosta State Blazers, the Lady Blazers, they are having problems trying to get off shots. They are 5 for 22 behind the three-point line. But these threes that they have made has been key, and this is why the game is tied at the moment.
A couple of key first half stats for you. At the end of that first half, the field goal percentages by both teams are at the 30% mark. If you want to get super technical, the Valdosta State Lady Blazers are at the 30.4 mark, while the Lady Flames are sitting on the 30% mark. So by 0.4, the Lady Blazers shot better than the Lady Flames. However, we saw a lot in that first half, a more stagnant offense by the Lady Blazers than we're used to seeing.
Yes, we did. And to correct that stat line from earlier from the three-point line, it's actually 5 from 13 for the Lady Blazers on attempts.
And this second half is underway, and we have a good one here between these Gulf South Conference foes. Last game of the season before the Gulf South Conference tournament, and we've already alluded to it, both of these teams will be headed to the tournament. They've already locked their positions in.
Yes, but even though they have locked their positions in, it's a lot of pride on the line today in this game. Of course, for both teams, they look to come out hot this half, actually both of these last 2 halves, to try to get some points on the board, of course, as quick as way as possible. But this defense has been playing lights out on both ways.
We talked about it kind of during the break, Kawon. Bertram for the Lady Flames so far has shut down the high-powered Kenya Simone Dixon, particularly from the three-point line, as Kenya Simone Dixon hasn't even been able to get a three-point shot off.
Yes, and she's done a great job at doing that. But these guards for the Lee Lady Flames, they cover the three-point line strongly. They run out fast, and they make you make a contested three. And I think that's what's making the Blazers struggle so much at the time from the three-point line.
Mitchell puts up the first three-pointer of the second half, and it's no good. Lady Flames with the ball.
And now they're 5 from 14 from the three-point line.
Aaron Walsh with the ball looking to find an open Lady Flame, and they're going to get the ball down low once again, and that is – and I could have swore, Kawon, that was going to go in, but for some reason the rim spit it back out. The Blazers have the ball.
That was a great take there by Cherry Cheeks, but couldn't get it to fall, of course. And the Blazers are moving the ball around, doing a great job of doing a lot more passing than what they were doing in the first half.
And Lindsey Roddy covering Kenya Simone Dixon. So even though they found a formula with Bertram covering Kenya Simone Dixon from time to time, we see a little bit of a change in defense. And Simone Dixon's able to get a three-pointer up in this half, and this time she's able to knock it down. And do you think that could have anything to do with the change of defender on her?
Yes, it does. And actually, that's the first three she's taken all game long.
There it is.
So she's 1 for 1 starting off. That's good. That's great. The team actually needed that as a boost.
And in what seems like forever, the Lady Blazers are finally on top in this game, and it took getting to the third period for that to finally happen for the Lady Blazers. But they are on top by 1 as the score is 27-26.
And the Blazers are finally, once again, doing a great job of moving this ball around, letting at least all 5 players on the court touch the ball once, and that's great offense to me.
And a foul has been committed on Carrie Cheeks, and Carrie Cheeks is going to come off the floor as the Lady Flames are making a couple of substitutions here.
And she has to come off the floor there after picking up her 3rd foul. I think coach is doing that so she can have her in later on in the game.
And a nice underhanded post move by Maddie Mitchell. Very ambitious move, but not able to make it go in as Bertram has the ball. And what a step-back three for Aaron Walsh, and that is the first 3 points of the half for the Lady Flames. And the Lady Flames are now back on top.
And that's her first 3-point shot of the game.
The Lady Blazers swinging the ball around the perimeter. It looks like they have a little bit more pep in their step and movement on the offensive side of the ball than they did in that first half. Simone Dixon down low, and she's going to go up and be fouled, and that will send Kenya Simone Dixon to the free throw line.
Great job by Simone Dixon there, drawing a foul and going to the hole. She knew she'd get to the line, and this is a great job by her, and this is what the team needs.
2 shots for Simone Dixon. And the first one is good.
It was a great job to make that free throw count there by Simone Dixon. Let's see if she makes the second one count.
And the game is tied again. Clutch free throw shooting by Simone Dixon.
It was great ball handling up top by Abby Beltram.
And we'll see what the call is, as there is a call out on the floor by one of the referees.
And it was a foul on Leah Cheatham.
So possession will stay with the Lady Flames. And the ball is passed into Bertram, as Bertram is covered by Sonia Franklin. So number 11 covering number 11. Erin Walsh with the ball, and she has that ball swiped away and knocked out of bounds. Good defense there by Leah Cheatham.
Great defense. And actually, it seemed like the ball bounced off of Erin Walsh's leg last, but the ref didn't catch it.
And I'm sure the Lady Flames aren't going to argue with that call, as the ball is sent out of bounds and flying into the table that we're sitting at. And it's moments like that, Kawon, that'll keep you alive.
Yes, it will. Keep me awake, too, if you were falling asleep. But I wasn't, of course, because this game is so close. It's hard to fall asleep with something like this going on.
Exactly. She thought about pulling up for the shot, but instead Walsh is going to get the ball, and she's going to kick it to Bertram. Bertram one-on-one with Sonia Franklin, and she wants to play off the screen and pull it for the two, and that is a nice shot by Bertram.
This freshman is coming to this game hot and trying to make a statement. You would think it would be a senior or a junior leading the way, but this freshman said, I'll take over, guys. Y'all just follow me.
And that's what's really, well, maybe scary for the Lady Blazers, but really inspiring for the Lady Flames in the sense that Bertram is only a freshman, but in that first half, she was able to pretty much shut down and experience Kenya Simone Dixon. She's come out here in the second half, and so far taking some very impressive shots.
Yeah, great shot take there by Haley Cornelius.
Maddie Mitchell fouled on the play, and that will send Maddie Mitchell to the free throw line, and it looks like Mitchell's getting a little more involved.
Yep. Great job by Maddie Mitchell trying to get a little bit more involved and drawing a foul, of course, to go to the line. And one thing, this emphasis on when you go to the line, I think it helps with your shooting. So you're shooting from, of course, you get your free ones right here, but because you're taking free ones, this basically is a practice shot to get your other shots ready.
Mitchell able to knock both of them down as the score is now 33-31, only a 2-point deficit.
Great job by Maddie Mitchell there to make them count.
And you can really feel the tension in here building up as we get it close to the halfway mark through this third period. And Walsh is going to put up a three, and that's no good, but honestly, Kawon, with some of the shots Erin Walsh has been knocking down, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if she was able to knock down that long-range three.
Yeah. And one of the problems the Lady Blazers are struggling at is rebounding. They're actually getting out-rebounded 21-27.
Cheatham open for a three, and she's going to pull up, and she's going to knock it down, and that's going to put the Lady Blazers right back on top. Big shot by Alita Cheatham.
Dagger for Alita Cheatham right there to take the lead.
Looks like a 2-on-2 situation, but instead she's going to make the wise decision to take that all the way to the rim, and that's a good call.
And this game has been scary close. But you know what else is scary?
What's that?
VSU-TV presents Saturday Fright Special every Saturday at 9 o'clock p.m. at midnight. Join host Scarewolf as he leads you through classic monster movies on Saturday Fright Special. Get your friends together and grab some popcorn before the popcorn grabs you.
Popcorn sounds really good, Kawon, and I feel like I'm watching an intense movie right now. And, of course, when I'm at the movies, I love eating some popcorn. So I really could use some popcorn for this super intense game right now, Kawon, as we check out some of the highlights so far.
And that was a great shot by Kenya Simone Dixon from the three-point line. And a great take here by Sunshine Walton.
And for the Lee University Flames, we've talked about head coach Carly Coons a lot for the Valdosta State Lady Blazers, but for the Lee University Lady Flames, their head coach is Marty Rowe, and she's in her 13th year at Lee University, and her record at Lee University is 347 wins and 84 losses.
Yeah, they've done a great job in orchestrating this team. Definitely a young team to come out and play great basketball. And this started, of course, during the offseason to get these young young ladies in here and to do great jobs and work out hard and let them know that you can possibly play if you just compete at a high level at practice. And as you can see, they competed at a high level because they're on the court right now and they're showing their skills.
And so far, they've gone toe-to-toe with these Lady Blazers. As play begins once again after the timeout, Bertram with the ball.
A great ball movement here by the Lady Lee Flames.
The ball movement does continue for the Lady Flames, and Bertram's going to try to take it all the way to the hole and almost able to knock that one down, but instead she's going to go to the foul line.
And Brianna Johnson there has to find a way to move towards the back to get a little quicker, put her hands up. She did a great job by having her hands up, though, but got to be a little faster.
Bertram for two. And just a little background info on Abby Bertram, number 11 for the Lady Flames. She's a guard, she's 5'9", and we've talked about it already, a very impressive freshman for this team. She hails from Kingston, Tennessee, and she attended Midway High School.
And right now she actually leads her team in scoring with 9 points, well 10 after that last free throw there.
Cheatham trying to get the ball down low to Simone Dixon, but that's knocked away. And here comes Abby Bertram and the Lady Flames offense. Erin Walsh with the ball, and she's going to kick it out. Walsh with the ball again, and she's going to try to drive down low and then put up the hook shot, but that's no good. Rebound by Kenya Simone Dixon.
Great job rebound there by Kenya Simone Dixon.
And a three is up for the Lady Blazers, and that is good. And great vision by the Lady Blazers there to hit the open shooter for the three.
Way to be tough there when it matters and the game is on the line.
And I believe we're at a point, Kawon, where at one point we have the Lady Blazers, they finally found a little bit of a rhythm in their offense, and they've been able to find something and put some points on the board. But both offensive schemes are working out for both teams, as we've seen the lead flip-flop quite a bit. So at this point, both teams are going to be fixing things on the fly, and as we see right here with the timeout.
And now that we have a second, we break out the board games. The Anime and Magma Club is hosting a general meeting on Tuesday, February the 28th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the Student Union Theater. If you have a passion or interest for anime or Magma, stop by and socialize with the club. Who knows what connection you might intake.
So both teams have, kind of back to what I was saying, both teams, they found an offensive scheme that they want to run and an offensive scheme that is working. We see the ball movement by the Lady Flames. We see a lot of dinking and dunking by them, a lot of kickouts to the three-point line to try to knock down some more three-pointers because they didn't knock down any in that first half. And they've been able to put points on the board. And on the flip side, I think the Lady Blazers, for the longest time, we talked about how stagnant their offense was looking. But don't look now, but now that they have found something with their offense, and now they're on top in this game, 39-35, with just over 4 minutes left to go. So to kind of put you on the hot seat, so to speak, Kawon, if you're the Lady Flames head coach, what are you telling them?
I'm telling them to keep the ball movement going the way it's been going all game and continue to play at a high level on defense. The defense has fallen off just a little bit since we got back from the half, so he's probably letting them know be a little stronger. It's best to be a little stronger below.
And what about the Lady Blazers?
Well, the Lady Blazers, of course, they're finding rhythm, and it's because of their defense. Of course, defense creates offense in this situation, and that's what's happening because they're getting turnovers. They're creating turnovers, and when you create a turnover, it frees up and opens up shots coming down on the offensive side.
And one of the biggest improvements I have seen coming out of the half is we're seeing a lot more ball movement by the Valdosta State Lady Blazers, and you can see it now. The Lady Flames are trying to disrupt that ball movement by meeting them at the halfway point on the court. And there's the pressure right there, as that is going to benefit the Lady Flames, and the Lady Blazers turn the ball over.
Yeah, and also coach did a great job there from the Lady Flames of changing his defensive strategy. He came at it from a man-to-man approach and switched up once he got back down there to a zone, and that time you see it create a turnover.
Walsh is going to pull up for the three, and that is going to be knocked down. Great shot by Erin Walsh.
Deep shot by Erin Walsh there. and she's now 2 of 5 from the three-point line.
Ball swinging around the perimeter, then back to Maddie, and Maddie puts up the shot, and it's no good. Rebound by the Lady Flames. Bertram sees a little bit of a hole, and she's going to take it all the way and put up the tough shot. But that's no good, and it looks like that might be an offensive foul on the Lady Flames, but we'll see what the call is.
And that'll be the 4th foul on Carrie Cheeks. So I know Marty Rowe is probably about to pull her because he's going to want her to be back in the game a little later on.
That will be Lady Blazer ball, as we'll look to Maddie Mitchell to pass the ball in to Sonia Franklin. And so far, Sonia Franklin been quiet in this game. We've seen Kenya Simone-Dixon kind of pick up the pace a little bit. We've seen Maddie Mitchell knock down a couple tough shots and make some beautiful moves. And there's Simone-Dixon finding her stride once again. And you may be able to shut her down for a half, but it's going to be hard to shut her down for an entire game.
Yes, it is. And it's because she knows what she's capable of doing, and she wants to make a statement. And she just did right there with a great take. And here to try to make that and one and make it 3 points.
And the shot is up and good, as the score is 42-38 with 3 minutes left here in the third period.
There's great ball movement here by the lead Lady Flames.
Great pass down low and a nice reverse layup by that Lady Flame. And on that reverse layup, that is the 6'2" redshirt junior forward, Shelby Brown, with a nice shot.
And I know Coach Marty Rowe is loving it that his girls are extremely tall down there up under the goal. He has a 6'2" forward and a 6'3" forward. You don't see that often in lady basketball, so it's pretty interesting.
Sloppy play on the part of the Lady Blazers there, and that will be a turnover as the ball went rolling out of bounds.
Now we're taking a second here for the ref to tie his shoe.
And we will resume play as he's able to tie a knot in his shoes, and we are underway here as action starts once again. Erin Walsh with the ball, and she's going to pull up again for a long three. And
it's a great rebound there by Sonia Franklin, and great way for her to push the floor.
Franklin bounce pass inside to her teammate, and that is up and good, and that is an and one for that Lady Blazer.
Strong take there by Brianna Johnson.
And my, what a shot by Brianna Johnson. And she got the entire complex on their feet with that shot. That is such a high difficulty shot to make between what looked like about 3 Lady Flames.
It was, and also we cannot forget about the amazing pass from Sonia Franklin.
Well, we talked about her being a distributor on this team, and there's a reason we said that.
Yep. Getting the ball to her teammates and allowing them to do what they do best, score.
And things are heating up here in the complex as they're getting close to coming down the stretch here. The score 45-40 with 2 minutes left here in the complex, with the Gulf South Conference tournament just around the corner for both of these teams. Drive inside by the Lady Flame, and then a kick out by Bertram. The ball being swung around the perimeter, and then the floater's up, and it's no good. And Simone Dixon fighting for it, but the ball goes out of bounds.
Great job by Maddie Mitchell. You can hear her on the court yelling out, switch, switch. Great job of being vocal, because if she's not vocal, she has to lead this team, and that's a great job by her being vocal.
Well, communication is key in many things.
Yes, it is. Definitely on the basketball court. You have to let the other team know what's going on, the other teammate know what's going on, because if you don't, a lot of things can go wrong.
The Blazers finally seeming to find their stride here in the third period. They struggled for so long in that first half with just stagnant offense and hardly any movement. Well, there's certainly movement now and a lot of passing. And Mitchell puts it up, and that's another and one for the Lady Blazers. And my goodness, they have found something down low with the Lady Blazers. And I'm watching the Lady Flames huddle, and they seem a little bit taken back by that.
Yes, they are, but great take by Maddie Mitchell there. Once again, just against 1-2 people almost look like, hey, that's hard to do.
And Maddie Mitchell able to knock down the and one, as that will increase this deficit to 8 points, but in favor of the Lady Blazers this time. Walsh pulls up for the long three, and you know, Kawon, Walsh is able to knock down shots like that, but I don't particularly like that decision by her for that possession.
Not at all. I don't think her coach likes it either, due to the fact there were more people that she could have passed the ball to, or maybe set that shot up better for herself if she kept moving around on the court.
Well, both teams are getting ready to come down the stretch here as we are under a minute left here in this third period, and a good one here at the complex. The score 48-40. Lady Blazers on top for VSU. Cheatham double teamed, and she's going to put up a desperation three, and that's no good. And what looked like a heads-up play by Kenya Simone-Dixon instead will be a foul called on her, and that ball will go to the Lady Flames.
Yeah, and it seems like Kenya Simone-Dixon is getting a little frustrated. She wants the ball a little bit more in the post, but it's kind of hard to get her the ball when it's those tall forwards down there waiting on the ball to be pushed down to the post.
And pardon the pun, but it seems like someone has lit a fire under Kenya Simone-Dixon, and she's come out playing like a completely different player in this game.
Yes, she has, but Coach Carly Coons decides to pull her for now and put another scorer on the court. Or actually forward Carraza, Maddie.
Lady Flames looking to get any offensive production on the board before this period ends. And a missed shot at first, but that's a good recovery down low, and it's up and good as the score is now 48-42 with 15 seconds left here in the fourth period and the clock winding down.
I think the Lady Blazers are looking to hold for the last shot right here.
Instead, they're going to go right to the rim, and what a shot by Aaliyah Cheatham, but the refs are not going to count it. They're going to wave the shot off.
And what I'm not understanding is when you wave a shot off like that, how is it not a continuation? Because she was going for the layup, and she got fouled in act of making the layup.
Well, I think what it ultimately comes down to, Kawon, is in the view of the referee, when did the foul occur? Yeah. If the foul occurred during the motion of shooting, then typically your players are going to get that and one call. But in this ref's eyes, the foul occurred before the shot, therefore the shot does not count.
Good.
But that shot counts as Aaliyah Cheatham's able to knock down that free throw.
Yeah, great job by Aaliyah Cheatham making them count.
And the second foul shot is up and good. 6 seconds left here in what has been the longest 30 seconds, it seems, of our lives. As a lot of craziness has happened to wind down this third period. Bertram will pick up the ball, and they're gonna try to get one shot off. And the players are gonna go crashing into the chairs on the sideline.
And right there, you have to be a little smarter on the defensive end. You had a foul to give, but from the other perspective, I guess not give that foul.
And we'll see if the Flames are going to get a shot off, and it looks like they will. And what a move down low with just a second left here in this period. And Kawon, if you're the Lady Blazers, you can't let that happen.
You can't, and this is the reason why I said that foul down there wasn't smart at all, because they could have forced a bad shot more than making it easier for them to try to get the ball in the post to their tall 6'2" forward.
And what seemingly should have been a situation where the Flames didn't score at all, they just got 3 quick points as the third period comes to a close, and Franklin puts that shot up, and it is no good. And it is the end of the third quarter, and at the end of the third quarter, the score is the VSU Lady Blazers 50 and the Lee Lady Flames 45. We'll be back on VSU-TV.
The Valdosta area Rotary Clubs have united with the First Foundation for Childhood Literacy and the Dolly Parton Imagination Library to mail age-appropriate books to registered children in Lowndes County, ages from birth to age 5. Your local Rotary Clubs are raising funds and taking donations. For more information, call 244-5159. Want you help us? A childhood literacy project of the Valdosta area Rotary Clubs.
We're going to start off here. It's been great basketball so far from both teams. It's been great basketball from both teams, as we can see. And the Lady Flames are doing a great job, of course. But I think these Blazers are looking to make one last statement here in this last quarter.
And it is the start of the fourth period here, with that third period just coming to a close. And the first shot of the fourth period is up, and it's no good for the Lady Flames. The score 50-45 as this fourth period is underway. And it's been a close game since about the halfway mark, Kawon, and it seems to be a nail biter all the way to the end. But we'll see how this fourth period plays out. as Franklin kicks to Simone Dixon, and then Simone Dixon swings the ball around the perimeter. Franklin and Bertram fighting for that ball, but the ball goes out of bounds, and we'll see who gets possession.
And it'll be the Lady Blazers ball there.
And it will be Lady Blazers ball as they'll look to pass this one in. Franklin passes down low, and it looks like there was a little bit of miscommunication there, as it looked like she was maybe trying to pass to Simone Dixon down low, but the pass was just overthrown, and the ball's turned over to the Lady Flames. Nice crossover inside, but not able to finish.
Got to make it count right there.
And Simone Dixon has the ball as she dribbles it up the court. Swinging the ball around the perimeter once again, looking to continue the ball movement that they found in that third period that they lacked for the majority of the half. But the Blazers have found a formula now, and it's why they are on top by 5 points.
Yes, and it seems like they're forcing a lot of passes right now, even though they are up. There's a lot of passes that I think they could maybe pass to a different player or something to make it better, because right now they're not making smart passes.
And Abby Bertram, who particularly has played well for most of the game, but she played very well in that first half, shutting down Simone Dixon. And that's a big three knocked down by Lee University. And on that three-point shot is Taylor Bogus. And that's not the first time we've seen her knock down that shot.
That's true. That corner three is one of the easier shots to make due to it being parallel to you, other than you shooting at the top of the three-point.
And Cheatham's going to take the step-back three and unable to knock it down. Flames ball.
Great shot there by Leah Cheatham, just has to make it count.
And we'll see who can keep the pace with the fast ball movement here in this fourth period. So far, both teams are still doing what they've been doing all game, and that is a lot of movement and a lot of moving the ball around. However, it will wear on you here in this fourth period, and we'll see who gets tired first. Mitchell to Franklin.
This is a big possession right here for the Blazers. Even though it is only 7 minutes, this possession will be key, because I'm pretty sure if the lady, bad turnover there by Sonya Franklin. Tough.
You definitely don't want a travel call called on a key possession like you were alluding to, Kawon.
Because now you put yourself in a predicament where you have to go down and play great defense, but these lead Lady Flames eventually are going to get a bucket.
Abby Bertram has found a hole, but she's going to kick it out to Bogus, who knocks down another corner three, and that's the second corner three that she's knocked down in this period.
And a great assist by Abby
Bertram. Abby Bertram.
Yes, it was.
But the Lady Blazers said they can kick out a pass of their own, but that shot is nowhere close, as it's going to clang off the top of the backboard.
And now this will be a key defensive possession for the Lady Blazers.
And Bogus putting up another three there, and you have to believe that was a little bit of a heat check, but the Lady Flames able to recover their own missed shot. And don't look now, but the Lady Flames are now back on top on the scoreboard. The score 51-50.
A late switch there by Sonya Franklin. She has to find a way to switch quicker. Kenya Simone Dixon did let her know what was going on, though. She pointed to her and let her know, hey, switch. Didn't switch in time, and that's the reason a foul was called.
Inbound pass for the Lady Flames, and that's going to be passed to the top of the key. Bertram with the ball, one-on-one with her defender, and we'll see if she wants to take her defender on. Instead, she backs out of it and thinks better of it, but now she's going to try to drive down the lane, and she's going to kick to a shooter. And Bogus is going to drive down the lane. And we've seen her do that a few times, but she's mainly known for her shooting abilities. But she's able to draw the foul there, and we'll see her shooting free throws.
Yes, we will. See if she can make these count right here. And I have noticed what Coach Carly Coons is doing. Instead of having Sonya Franklin on the court, she did put Brianna Johnson, the freshman, out here to guard the other freshman, Abby Beltran.
And Bo just misses both of her shots there, and that's going to hurt the Lady Flames down the stretch. And missed free throws will especially hurt you in the fourth period of games. A lot of passing around the perimeter and then driving to the lane by one person, really for both teams in this fourth period. Bertram pulls the shot up, and that's going to bounce around and then miss as Aaliyah Cheatham ultimately comes up with the rebound.
Great defense there by freshman Brianna Johnson on Abby Bertram.
Maddie Mitchell down low, and she's fighting, and she's going to draw the foul, sending her to the free throw line.
That was an amazing pass there by Aaliyah Cheatham to make it float for Maddie Mitchell and try to get up a little easy layup, but she goes to the line. Let's see if she makes them.
And it seems like we've seen Maddie Mitchell at the free throw line a million times tonight, Kawon, and that's really a testament to how effective she's been down low, taking on those Lady Flames defenders, sometimes 2, 3 of them at a time, but still able to at least draw the foul and create some type of offensive production.
Yes, and she actually leads the team in free throw percentage with 78% on the season.
And you can see why, as she's able to knock down both of her shots there. As this is now a tied game here in the fourth period at 51-51 with 5.5 left to play. Nice move there by Miss Cheeks, as that's not the first time we've seen her do that, as she's had a couple of really great post moves for the Lady Flames down low.
And this is why Coach Marty Rowe wanted her in the game and couldn't put her in the game earlier due to her foul trouble. But great shot there by Aaliyah Cheatham.
Great shot by Aaliyah Cheatham, as she's able to knock down that three.
And this half has been pretty odd, but have an interest in the paranormal, want to show that it's offbeat, not stuffy, then VSU-TV has the program for you. 30-odd minutes airing Saturday nights at 11 p.m. following Saturday Fright Special. If the truth is out there, 30-odd minutes will find it, but only by sheer accident.
Well, if we were talking in the first half about how stagnant the Blazers offense was, but now it's no accident. They're now on top, mainly because of Maddie Mitchell's play down low, and let's take a look at some of these highlights.
As you can see here, that was a great shot by Aaliyah Cheatham. And then another great take here by Kenya Simone Dixon and taking a foul. And once again, another great take down low by Brianna Johnson. And once again, another take by Maddie Mitchell. They're doing a great job by taking it straight to the hole and making themselves known. Even though their three-point shot was struggling earlier in the game, it's got going. And because it's got going, they can shoot from behind the arc and also kick to the paint and make scores in the paint.
Yeah, definitely it's been a tale of two different offenses. We had the Lady Blazers offense of the first half that we really were dogging on for most of the half, Kawon, just because of how stagnant they looked, and they were just playing so much isolation hero basketball, as you alluded to. But they came out in this second half, and don't look now, but they're up 54-53 in the fourth period, and they've found something, particularly with their ball movement. And I really think, though, the key, or at least from what I'm seeing, just giving it the eyeball test, one of the key things I've seen is Maddie Mitchell has been the anchor down low for the Lady Blazers in the second half. And the Flames are starting to see that you have to guard Maddie Mitchell at all times because she's such a threat down low. If she starts producing down low, then the shooters for the Lady Blazers will start producing outside, as we see one of the Lady Flames producing shooters, Aaron Walsh, knocked down that three ball, putting the Lady Flames back on top.
Yeah, you figure Aaron Walsh will finally show up when the game gets close. She's actually their leading scorer with 16 points per game, so I'm not shocked at all that she came to play right now in the fourth when it mattered the most.
And a three-point shot put up by the Blazers as they try to respond, but it's a miss, but they're able to recover, and they will reset as they get a fresh shot clock.
And great job there by Sonia Franklin with the rebound and setting up the play right here.
And Kawon, it's a little curious to see, particularly in this possession, it almost looks like the Lady Blazers are playing at a little bit of a slower pace, and that was a a great heads-up shot put up there by Sonia Franklin as she saw the opening. But it looked like there that the Blazers were maybe slowing their tempo down a little bit. And that seems a little questionable in a game that you clearly don't have the lead. You've tied it up now. But what might be the reason they want to play at such a, or not such a slow tempo, but a slower tempo, even though the game is tied?
It's because of the Lee Lady Flames actually having a fast tempo period. They like to play fast. So what Coach Carly Coons is looking to probably do is slow it down so they don't run as much and run towards the Lee Lady Flames tempo.
And we'll see how that plan comes to fruition as Maddie Mitchell down low once again in a nice strong move, but this time one of the rare occasions she's not able to knock her shot down. But it looks like that have been helping the Lady Blazers in this second half.
This is a big defensive possession here for the Lady Blazers and a big offensive possession for the Lee Lady Flames.
And Cheeks was down low one-on-one with Maddie Mitchell, but Lady Blazer comes over to help Maddie Mitchell defend that. But Carrie Cheeks will be fouled, and that will send her to the free throw line.
Yeah, and they're going to have to continue to do that due to the fact she is 6'2". There's nobody on the team that tall for the Lady Blazers. So they have to find a way to get 2 women on her at this time.
And the first shot is up and good for Carrie Cheeks. Both teams have shot well from the free throw line through this game. The Lady Blazers 83% from the line, while the Lady Flames are 81, close to 82%.
Yeah, and Kara Cheeks right there just missed her second free throw, so look to see if the Lady Blazers actually can respond here.
Pass to Mitchell down low once again, and another beautiful move by Maddie Mitchell. And that's something we've been accustomed to seeing all season long. And frankly, for the most part, there's been stints where teams have had a little bit of success stopping Maddie Mitchell, but it's stopping these players for the long haul. And we said it about Kenya Simone Dixon. It seemed for a while there she was shut down, but now as this game has dragged on, they have not been able to contain her. And it's not so much you can have success containing a player for a short stint of time, but it's over the long haul that you have to contain these players. Otherwise, it's really not going to do you any good.
And that's true, Landon. And this is why Maddie Mitchell got going, because she knew she had to do this for her team, and her team needed her to get going. So she got down in that post, and she made things happen. And I love the way she's doing it tonight.
Close game here in the complex. The score 58-57 with just over 2 minutes left to play here. And a shot is put up by Simone Dixon, and that shot had a prayer behind it. And God was looking over that one as that shot's able to fall into the basket. And the Lady Blazers are able to increase their lead to 3 points. And they're going to need every single point they can get in order to come out on top in this game.
A great rebound there by Maddie Carrazza. And this game is real tense right now, with the Blazers leading by 3.
Some of the fans questioning if that was a hard foul on the other end of the court, but it doesn't matter as the Lee University Flames are able to steal the ball. Erin Walsh fakes the shot, and then she's going to kick it back out, and we'll see how they want to play it. A drive down the paint, and a beautiful pass to Carrie Cheeks. Carrie Cheeks is going to put the easy layup, and now it's only a 1-point game with 1.5 minutes left here in this match.
Yeah, a bad turnover there by Sonia Franklin. Has to find a way to be a little smarter with the ball, knowing the game is on the line like this. This game has been very passionate, but if you're a passionate writer or just write for fun, here's an opportunity for you. Odyssey is looking to expand their team. Odyssey is an internet blog website that allows students to control the content. As a member of the team, you produce at least 1 article per week on whatever subject you feel passionate about. For more information, go online to theodysseyonline.com to find the Valdosta State chapter.
So as the curtain draws on this game, Kawon, what do you think Coach Coons is telling her Blazers right now?
Be smarter with the basketball, because this game shouldn't be a 1-point deficit. You should be up by at least 5 due to the fact that you should have scored on that last possession, but Sonia Franklin turns the ball over, and now it's a 1-point deficit, and now you look to try to make have a great offensive possession when needed and be clutch.
And what are some adjustments that the Flames could make in order to steal one here at the complex?
Well, they have to have a strong defensive showing for the 1,000th time tonight, because they've done it all night with great defense. Even though the Lady Blazers have taken the lead, this defense has been tough.
Well, the fans are excited. The band is playing, and I'm telling you, you could cut the tension in here with a knife, as the curtain is going to come to a close on this game here pretty shortly, but it's far from over. A minute and a half in basketball seems like an eternity.
See, now what's interesting to see if they will let the freshman Brianna Johnson control the ball or continue to let Sonia Franklin control it, but I see Sonia Franklin is still there.
And Franklin will take the ball up the court for the Blazers as the game clock begins to wind down here. Franklin kicks it out to Simone Dixon, who then does a little jerk move and then tosses the ball out of bounds, and that will be a turnover in favor of the University Lady Flames.
Freshman Abby Beltran is having an amazing game. You can see defensively why she's giving Sonia Franklin a scare, because she's in her face and let her know that I'm here and you're going to struggle to score and you're going to struggle to dribble this ball around me.
And I'm interested to see how the Lady Flames handle this situation, but even more particularly Abby Bertram, the freshman, how she's going to handle this high-pressure situation, orchestrating this offense in the dying seconds.
And these are big free throws here by Cherry Cheeks.
And Carrie Cheeks misses her first shot, but she'll have one more.
And now with that next shot, she looks to tie the game up.
And it is up, and it is no good, and that could be a killer for the Lady Flames. With a minute left here in this fourth period, the Blazers are holding on with the score 60-59.
Just when the game is on the line, they have to find a way to get off a great shot.
Simone Dixon steps back and knocks down a crucial three for the Lady Blazers, as that is going to increase the deficit to a 4-point deficit. And the score is now 63-59 in favor of the Lady Blazers.
And as you can see on the replays, a great shot there from deep. And then another great, amazing hook shot there by Kenya Simone Dixon. And then an amazing three by Kenya Simone Dixon, the senior. Way to do it on senior night, right?
Absolutely.
Definitely when the game is on the line.
It's poetry. Your senior coming in for you in the dying seconds on senior night to knock down a big three like that. But it's not over.
It's not over at all. These will be a long 44 seconds here.
And we're drawing to the close of the Lady Blazers season right here before the Gulf South Conference tournament. And Kawon, I'd have to say the Lady Blazers they really had quite the year.
They have, and it's actually a great year for Coach Carla Coons coming in as her first one. She brought that I guess want to say brotherhood or love my sister mentality to this game, and this is why I think they've played so well.
And I tell you what, regardless of what happens in these final 30 seconds, Coach Coons is going to find out a lot about her Lady Blazers as the Flames decide to foul Simone Dixon.
Yes, she will. Now, I think the Lady Flames are going to start fouling now. And because they're going to start fouling, they're going to have to take the big Cherry Cheeks out of the game right now, because due to the fact she's in a lot of foul trouble with 4 fouls.
And Franklin gets the inbound pass, and then she's going to be fouled at about the half-court mark. So I believe you're right, Kawon. The Lady Flames are going to start fouling in order to obviously preserve time, preserve clock, and try to scratch out any points that they can in order to maybe steal a victory here at the complex.
It's going to be a tough press man-to-man defense right here to try to force the Blazers to turn the ball over.
Simone Dixon able to shade off of her defender, and then she's going to be fouled. And we'll see if that sends her to the free throw line. And it will not, as there's one more foul to give before players start going to the free throw line. And it's moments like this where you really just have to execute those inbound passes and those plays you've been going through in practice all week long, because these are critical moments.
Yes, they are extremely critical situations. You're going to get put in this game, and you got to find a way to execute them to close out games.
And Simone Dixon is fouled there again, and she will be going to the free throw line. And as long as the Lady Blazers can knock down their shots here, Kawon, it looks like they're going to come out on top in their regular season as a winner.
And Coach Marty Rowe looks hot right now. He's going in on the ref right now, but I think it's because he thought his freshman, Abby Beltran, was fouled on that inbound, the first inbound, not that last one.
And there's definitely an issue between Coach Marty Rowe and the referee. A little bit of a disagreement going on over there, and it seems to be delaying things such a bit. And some of the Lady Blazer fans behind me, they don't seem particularly too happy about this situation. However, it doesn't matter, as Simone Dixon's going to take free throws anyway, but she does miss her first shot.
Yeah, she has to make this one count right here.
Clutch free throw from the senior, as that increases the deficit to 5 points and ultimately now makes this a 2-possession game.
Timeout, Lee. 30 seconds. Timeout.
Okay, attention VSU students. Spring break is right around the corner. The mid-semester break starts on Monday, March the 13th, and runs until Friday, March the 17th. Be sure to make the necessary arrangements if you live on campus, because most university operations will be shut down for the week. The university will reopen Monday, March the 20th. Be safe and have a wonderful break.
And I know that these students out here on the floor for both universities, they're looking forward to their spring breaks, as we so quickly, easily forget that as fans, as commentators, as people who take part in these athletic events, we forget that not only are these students basketball players, but they're students as well. And so not only they're working on their game, but they're working in the classroom and working very hard.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that they won't be like an average student going during spring break, but they'll be playing in the Gulf South Conference tournament.
And Carrie Cheeks worked hard for that shot, and she was able to get it to go in, and it's back to a 1-possession game. It's now a 3-point game with 20 seconds left, but Simone Dixon was fouled again, and she will be sent to the line.
And then I think that's the wrong person to send to the line for the Lady Flames, but they had to make the foul.
And now it just boils down to, can Simone Dixon continue her hot shooting from the free throw line? She's shown all season long that she's a perfectly capable free throw shooter, especially in these clutch moments.
And she's 4 for 5 on the day today, shooting a great 80% from the line.
Dixon able to knock down the first one, and she will have one more.
It's kind of funny to have a slow start by Simone Dixon. She actually leads the team today with 15 points.
She knocks down her second shot. Critical shots by Simone Dixon here in the final moments of this game as the game clock continues to wind down, and the ref will blow it dead with just over 15 seconds left to play. And the ref is going to call a foul on the Lady Blazers, sending Abby Bertram to the free throw line. Not a very smart foul there by the Lady Blazers.
Not at all. Not when you can end the game and try to push this lead maybe. But great free throw shots there by Abby Beltran.
Maddie Mitchell hustling back out on the court for the Lady Blazers. And the shot is up and good for Abby Bertram. So a 3-point game once again, making it a 1-possession game.
Great time out there by Coach Carly Coons.
And Coach Coons will take a timeout here with 15 seconds left in the 4th period. And what do you think that timeout was particularly for, Kawon?
It's because she couldn't inbound the ball at all, and I think that was a great job. But let you know about some things here going on around Valdosta and the Lowndes County. The Lowndes County Animal Shelter is looking for volunteers to help. The LCAS is committed to saving and helping animals in the Lowndes/Valdosta community. But volunteers are asked to have a welcoming and thoughtful demeanor, along with a passion for helping animals. Anyone interested in giving some of their time to the shelter are encouraged to contact them at 229-671-2760. See the difference you can make in the animal's life today.
And the big difference here in this second half is the offensive. We talked about it. It seems like a ton, but it's really been the main headline story of this game. The big difference here in this second half has been the Lady Blazers offense finally coming to life after that really abysmal first half.
Yes, it has. And it's really been from the leadership of Kenya Simone Dixon. Even though on this senior night she is the only senior, she let her team know that she was going to do what mattered to get the win today, or at least try to, because this game is still in reach.
And Aaliyah Cheatham will be fouled, and for the Lady Flames, you'd probably rather see Cheatham at the line than Simone Dixon, but honestly, and we've talked about it in games past, what makes these Lady Blazers so effective is really the whole starting five can shoot free throws, and very effectively.
Yep, and that's what makes it scary for other teams, because you can't really foul them, and when you do, it hurts you because you're going to send them to the line, and they're going to make the free throw shot.
And Cheatham's able to knock down a free throw there.
And I like how Kenya Simone Dixon has been vocal all day. She's even vocal right now in the backcourt.
And Cheatham misses her second foul shot. Bertram gets the ball and then kicks it to Walsh, who knocks down a huge three for the Lady Flames, turning it into a 1-point deficit. And that is a huge shot for Aaron Walsh and the Lady Flames from Lee University.
And this is why Aaron Walsh was talked about at the beginning of the game, because she can make a big play when the game is on the line. And that was an amazing shot by her.
And not only to mention, but the vision from Abby Bertram to really be conscious of the fact that I can drive to the lane and maybe go for 2 points, or, I can take a risk here, pass it out, kick it out to one of my best shooters on the team. She takes the decision to kick it to Aaron Walsh. Aaron Walsh puts the shot up, and it's good. However, the Flames are forced to foul the Blazers again, sending Cheatham to the line.
And Abby Bertram is playing like a vet today and has done it all game long.
One more shot for Cheatham, and then the Lady Blazers are really going to have to key on who they're guarding for this play as the game clock begins to wind down. And Bertram's going to take it all the way to the hole and put it in for 2 and tie this game up after one of the missed free throws. And what a play by Abby Bertram, as we are now going to head into overtime between the Valdosta State Lady Blazers and the Lee University Lady Flames. Well, we're headed into overtime here on VSU-TV. The score is tied 68-68. We'll be right back for a matchup between the Lady Blazers and the Lady Flames. Stay tuned. Overtime at the complex here in Valdosta, Georgia, between the Lady Blazers and the Lee University Lady Flames, and the tip-off is underway here with 5 minutes to play here in the first overtime. A beautiful play by Abby Bertram there in the dying moments of that fourth period to tie this game up after missed free throws by the Lady Blazers. And it's really the curse of the commentator. We were bragging on the Lady Blazers free throw shooting, and then lo and behold, that's ultimately what caused them or ultimately would drag them into an overtime situation. And now the Lee University Lady Flames have the ball, and that's a missed layup by the Lady Flames, as the Lady Blazers will take the ball here in overtime.
Yes, they are. And this should be a big offensive possession here for the Lady Blazers.
Cheatham bounce pass to Mitchell, who's going to back her defender down low and then go up for the shot, but that's just going to be blocked by Carrie Cheats, and we'll see if there was a foul called. And there's not, it was just a clean block and the ball goes out of bounds.
And that block was actually number 42, Shelby Brown, the red shirt junior.
Mitchell thought about pulling up for 2 on her defender, but instead she's going to back up and pull for 3 and able to knock it down. Great shot by Maddie Mitchell there to start this overtime period.
Amazing shot there. Way to be clutch.
And Walsh knocked down a big shot there in that fourth period to cut into the deficit to ultimately set up Abby Bertram for the game-tying layup. And that's a foolish pass by the Lady Blazers, by the Lady Flames, and we see Sonia Franklin diving for it. And she may have got banged up a little bit as she's a little slow to get up, but she seems okay. And now it's going to boil down to determination.
I'm not shocked that this game is going down to the wire has been, because last time they met up, it was a very close game also, and it came down to the wire. So
in a lot of ways, Kawon, these teams are mirror images of each other. Both very fast paces of play. Both teams have players who can knock down the three ball. And the Lee University Lady Flames, they have, I believe, and I think you would agree with me, a star player in Abby Bertram in the making, who's only a freshman.
And she's been playing lights out all game long. She is the reason why this team has been playing at that level. I think the freshman has led this team the whole game.
Simone Dixon grabbing the inbound pass, and she's going to hand it off to Aaliyah Cheatham, who's going to dribble it up the floor. Franklin trying to look for Mitchell, but Mitchell well covered, but this time Mitchell does get the ball, and she's going to take on her defender down low. Cheatham fakes the shot, kicks to Simone Dixon. Simone Dixon is going to drive down the lane, then pass to Maddie Mitchell, who Maddie Mitchell then puts it up for the layup. Great passing there by the Lady Blazers.
Great ball movement.
As the score is now 73-68 in favor of these Lady Blazers. And there looks to be a hard foul there, and we'll see who it's called on. And it is called on the Lady Flames, as that will be Lady Blazer ball.
Great job there by Sonia Franklin, moving, flying around there on defense. And that's the reason that foul was called.
Cheatham being pressured by her defender at the half-court position as the Flames are looking to keep the pressure on. The ball fed once again to Mitchell. Mitchell kicks the ball out.
There you go. Great ball movement there by the Blazers.
And there's a really good rhythm from the Lady Blazers here as they seem to be moving the ball at an effective pace, but they're not forcing anything. And that ball is going to be knocked out of the hands of Simone Dixon. And I believe that is going to be a foul called on the Lady Flames.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to say that this team has came into this overtime calm, and they've played passionate basketball. And that's good from a team like Valdosta State. Definitely up on the first year with Coach Coons. She's done a great job by keeping this team calm and ready to play this overtime.
And Simone Dixon at the line once again, and she's knocking down her shots as she's able to knock down that first one. Dixon knocks down her second foul shot as the score is 75-68 with a little over 2:40 left to play here in overtime.
And another foul there. Seemed like another foul there on the Lee Lady Flames.
And head coach Marty Rowe does not really look pleased, but this time it's not necessarily with the ref, it's with his team, as his team has really made some dumb fouls here in this overtime period.
And they have to find a way to be smarter, knowing that the game is on the line and it is such a close game at the time.
Lady Blazers will inbound the ball, and Mitchell gets the ball and hands it off to Cheatham.
Great strong defense right here by the Lady Flames.
Franklin kicks to Simone Dixon, and they're looking for Maddie Mitchell down low again. Maddie Mitchell, nice spin move and a nice hook shot by Maddie Mitchell, and what a shot by her as the score has increased to 77-68, a 9-point deficit, and now the Lady Flames are going to have to do some work.
Yeah, and this is where this is going to be a big defensive possession right here for the Lady Blazers.
And that three ball is up and no good, but the Lady Flame is able to clean up the mess and get some garbage points there as it is back down to a 7-point deficit.
And that's Shelby Brown there on the rebound and put back. And we have some great replays here for you, where great shots by and a great shot by Maddie Mitchell. And these are key plays right here, and then an amazing post move by Maddie Mitchell right there to boost this lead up by 7.
And just looking at that right there, Coach Carly Coombs is very passionate about her Lady Blazers, even if it is her first year coaching the team. And in games like this, she's really going to find out what her team is made of. And really, this is a good test, really for both teams, especially considering both teams are headed to the Gulf South Conference tournament.
Yes, and both teams are looking to go in strong, as you can see.
Simone Dixon will inbound the ball to Maddie Mitchell, and Mitchell's looking to pass back to Simone Dixon, which then kicks to Aaliyah Cheatham. And good stern ball movement there to prevent any mistakes from happening in their own backcourt.
Smart ball movement also.
And a nice shot by Simone Dixon, but that's going to be blown off by the referee. And I believe they're going to call a foul on the Lady Blazers, as the Lady Flames will get the ball. Bertram, the outstanding freshman, driving right to the hole, but she's not able to make that layup go in, but it's cleaned up by her teammate, who then is able to make it go in, cutting into this deficit, as that will be an and-one play.
This rebound has been the reason that the Lady Flames have stayed in this game. They're actually leading right now with 41 rebounds out of 38. I mean, sorry, to Valdosta's 38.
Mitchell able to get the rebound off of that foul shot, but then is tripped up.
The Lady Flames have had an amazing 13 rebounds, offensive rebounds.
And that will send Maddie Mitchell to the free throw line for 2 shots, as they are in the bonus.
Way to make it count right there by Maddie Mitchell.
And a very eerily similar situation at the end of the 4th period happening in this overtime. Now it's come down to foul shots once again for the Lady Blazers. Mitchell able to knock one of them down there, but not both of them down. But luckily Sonia Franklin there to pick up the pieces, and that will give the Lady Blazers a fresh shot clock and a fresh new possession.
And these fans behind us are hot. They're looking for a reaching call, because it's been all night. It seems like all night that the Lady Flames have been reaching, but it's just actually been great defense.
Aaliyah Cheatham at the line to shoot 2. Able to get the first one to roll in, and just over a minute left here to play in this wild game that Abby Bertram for the Lady Flames sent into overtime after her amazing drive to the basket and game-tying 2-point layup. Another drive to the basket, but this one doesn't produce anything, and the Lady Flames is going to, and a Lady Flame is, I believe, going to foul a Lady Blazer, and that's going to send the Lady Blazers to the line once again.
And this is the point where the Lady Blazers didn't do such a great job in the 4th, and they ended up sending the game to overtime, the Lady Flames. So now this is where the Blazers, of course, want to turn this around and show they can close the game out.
Brianna Johnson at the line for the Lady Blazers.
And this is the first time that Jenna Scoggins has entered the game for the Lady Flames. And I think they put her in for maybe 3-point shooting, because I saw her join the warm-up, and she was hitting threes with ease.
And we'll see how they want to utilize her here, as there's still a solid minute left here in this overtime period. And the Lady Flames, they know how to get hot when they need to, and that is a great shot by Abby Bertram there. Simone Dixon with the ball, and that's a steal by the Lady Flames and a bounce pass. And I'm wondering if she should have taken that all the way, but luckily Abby Bertram is there for the nice spin move and able to bounce that one off the backboard for 2 points, as we are at the 42nd mark here in overtime with the score 80-76. Kenya Simone Dixon fouled there, and she will be sent to the line. And we're back into the situation. Crucial free throws. You have to hit the free throws in these situations, especially with a team like Lee University, because they've already shown it in the fourth period. They can come back into a game when they need to.
Yes, they can. And it's really Abby Beltram is playing an amazing game. She actually leads the team right now with 18 points.
Dixon able to knock that free throw down. The score 82-76 with just over 30 seconds left here to play. So we've had a good one here at the VSU complex between these Gulf South Conference foes, and that is a big three knocked down by the Lady Flames. And the score is now 82-79, and it seems to be a 2-on-1 situation and a beautiful move down low by Brianna Johnson, and she's able to take it all the way to the hole and get 2 big points for the Lady Blazers. The score now 84-79 with the game clock clicking down. We're at the 15-second mark. That ball bounces off a Lady Flame, but then ultimately is thrown out of bounds. And a lot of sequence of events happened there, Kawon. So much excitement in such a short amount of time.
And here comes the key inbound right here for the Lady Blazers.
And Mitchell has the ball, and she's going to try to kill as much time as she can. And then she is fouled, and that will send her to the line. But I like the little stutter step move by Maddie Mitchell, making the Lady Flames think that she's going to pass the ball. But if the Lady Flames bite on that, then that will create an opportunity for Maddie Mitchell to ultimately burn more time off of this clock.
And you send for the Lee Lady Flames, you send who you don't want to send to the line, the best foul shooter they have, Maddie Mitchell. But to go back to that nice play by Brianna Johnson, that Euro step was classic. Ooh. It looked like it was almost in a time lapse. It slowed down for her to hit 2 steps and make the beautiful layup there.
10 seconds left here, and the moments are ticking away for the Lady Flames, and we'll see how they want to play this. And a 3 is up for the Lady Flames, and it's no good. And there's going to be one more shot knocked in at the buzzer for the Lady Flames, but it's not going to be to any avail, as that is the end of the game between the Valdosta State Lady Blazers and the Lee University Lady Flames. After this heated matchup, your final score is the Lady Blazers 86 and the Lady Flames 81, and that is the end of the regular season for both of these teams. Gulf South Conference Tournament coming up for both. We'll see you next time here on VSU-TV.